Am I recording or not? Record. Okay. No, like other people are recording, so it says recording. That doesn't mean that I'm recording.
Got it.
Okay. Uh, what's up with everybody? Anyone got something fun to share? I have some.
Posting an email to my followers real quick and then I'll be joining. I just finished a sculpture, so
Okay. Did you record content with the sculpture and new pictures and all that stuff?
I took pictures. I haven't posted them to Facebook yet because I haven't sent them to my email list.
That's fine. I'm just wondering what you're putting in your email. That's good. Have you done good pictures? What kind of phone do you have?
Or- I have an iPhone.
Which one?
It's an old one. I couldn't afford to buy a new one, so when someone upgraded their phone and my phone died, they gave me their old phone.
Okay. But which one do you have?
I have no idea.
Can I see it? Let me see the back. Oh, I still got the button on it. No, no, you don't. So no, that's fine. I saw what I needed. I saw the camera. You don't have to take it out of the thing. Don't take it out.
Okay.
Um,
It looks like
okay.
the 10 I had, the iPhone 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
But I was gonna put the photos that I took in the group. I just didn't know where to put them.
you just post them in the group. But yeah, show me the photos or post your pictures in the group before you send your email, and let's make sure you have the best photos you can take. Like with that camera, what I would do is I would put your thing on your sculpture on like a table, and I would get far away from your
The
co
sculpture won't fit on a table. She's 52 inches tall.
how wide? How big is the footprint?
Oh, that part I didn't measure. Hold on, I'm
Okay.
gonna put it in the group chat right now.
Oh yeah, that works too. So I mean, you can just put it on a stand somewhere where it can be by itself and it's not in front of, like messy living room or messy stuff. And then take a
So
picture
I
on
have
Zoom.
I have this little wall between the kitchen and the dining room and living room, and I put her
Okay,
on that.
yeah, I know. That's why I'm telling you not to do that. So what I'm saying is you can take it outside or take it into a space where there's nothing in the background, but there's space in the background between your item and the thing. And then take a picture in telescope, like zoomed in, it'll create a nicer frame for your picture. Okay. So like all of the pictures I've seen of you that you've done have had like the item like right up in the corner, right? And it doesn't look nice. So you want to get it away from the corner, and you want to take a picture with the camera you have. You'd want to take a picture with like a zoom lens so that so it creates a nicer aesthetic. Just try it and you'll see. So you want to like zoom in to like 2x, 3x, but step back far enough so it still fits in your frame, and you'll take a better picture. Okay.
Posted the pictures that I have
To where?
to the group page.
Okay. Let's go look. Mm, mm, mm.
I live in a very tiny apartment, so I don't really have anywhere to take
So
photos in the apartment.
you can do it outside, is what I'm saying. Right? Do it outside. You'll get better light outside in daylight. Okay. Right. So like you need to be able to make an attractive image of what you create. Like if my uncle or my grandfather, he makes or I mean he's dead, but he used to make um these whales. He welds humpback whales. This is what he used to do. All right. And like I have this one and I have a bigger one over there.
You're blurry.
I know it's fucking camera. Okay. And If you just shove this in a corner and take a picture of it, it's not going to look good. Like no matter how nice this thing is, right? You're just taking a bad picture of it. So you have to find a way. You're going to have to get creative to take better pictures of your art, or no one's going to buy it. Right? They're not going to be able to buy it because they won't find it attractive. So, um, like we've been talking about this since you joined, and you haven't done a different photo since the first time I mentioned it. And your results are going to stay the same if you don't change what you do. So step outside of your comfort zone, take your thing somewhere, take your sculpture somewhere where you can make a better a better representation of it, right? Take it to school, right? You do sculptures at school, right?
Yeah.
That's, take it to your school. There's plenty of space and plenty of light in your classrooms, I'm sure. Put it on a desk, step back, take a picture of it. Use one of your classmates' cameras
Well,
since
the
yours
last
isn't.
time I did that, you didn't like the photo either. It was of that was how I did Nanella.
To take
It
a
was
better
on a
photo. Like I'm
wall.
trying to get you to take better photos. Right? Don't take it a picture in front of a wall. It doesn't look good. It needs to be separated. It needs to be isolated. Like any product. Basically, what you can do, if you don't believe me, is just go online and look at other product images. Because what you have is a 3D product, and see what they do. And say like, okay, I like this image. Like I like this picture of a perfume bottle. How do I make my sculpture look like this perfume bottle? Right?
Hey,
How
hey,
do I?
Jason.
What's up?
Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off, sorry.
You did. So what's up?
Yeah, I was just gonna mention, Marguerite. I used Google Sandbox, like it doesn't train on the data or anything. It was able to fix the lighting and put it on a white backdrop. So I don't know if that's a direction Jason wants you to explore at all, but it's something you could try if you don't have
Did,
the
did you
resources
post
you're hoping
that
for.
in? Did you post that in the?
I didn't post it because it's her work, but if she's comfortable, I can share it in the comments or whatever you
Yeah, just
suggest.
put it in the comments under her post. All right, but like this part, Marguerite, we've been talking about for months. And if you cannot take good product images, then you cannot sell your art. Period. If you can't, if you can't get people to spend 3 seconds on your post and your share, then you cannot sell your art. Right? If you can't get people to pay attention to you, you cannot sell whatever it is you're trying to sell. So, I'm kicking the podium a little bit harder right now than I normally do. But like I said, I sent you that picture. I saw a sculpture just like yours at the Renaissance Fair sell for $4,000, and it was
You actually
dirty.
sold that thing?
Yeah, and it was
Oh,
dirty. Like it was just covered in dust and dirt. Like it's there. So check out whatever Matt just shared with you in the comment under your post, because there's another option if you don't want to go take pictures in a different space. But there's a market for what you do, but not the way you're doing it. Okay. So,
you know
all
that
right,
Liberty has a photo lab, but their photo lab is for things that are smaller than what I generally make.
you can sell with your iPhone photos. You totally can. And video too. Right. So if you can't get in the photo lab, then just do it in the classroom. Ask your teacher or whatever, like, hey, can we spend 20 minutes doing product photos of the stuff we make because we can't fit it in the photo lab, and I can't afford your class if I can't sell my shit. So, right. And it would be a learning experience for everyone anyway. Um, but it's got to change. So if I were you, I would pause on sending that email. And Julia says that Matt's edited, his AI rendition of your piece looks good. Um, so there you go. There's another option for you, but you have to take good photos of your work, and this goes for everybody: painters, photographers. Your physical products um, need to have good representations, or they're not going to sell. All right. Okay. So lead magnets. It's cool. We got a bunch of people here. We have been talking a lot, I think, on either in our coaching, in our roundtables and in coaching over coffee, which is in school. So you definitely want to go join the school, but about lead magnets. And this whole thing came up because somebody, one of our cast members was like, hey, I don't have any new work to sell. What am I supposed to do if I need to sell my stuff? And what I said is that just because you don't have work to sell doesn't mean you don't have something to sell. Lead magnets sell for people's information. You give them something that helps them understand you better and fulfills their needs, whatever their needs are, whatever your collector's target, whatever your ideal collector's needs are. You satisfy that with an info product, right? That costs you almost nothing to make except your time. And for that, you sell it for the price of their information, their email, the phone number, etc. So even while you're still creating your next piece, one, the process is marketing. So the more you share about the creation process, the more content you can create out of that, and the more future collectors you are nurturing. But two, you can also be taking those people off of social media and taking their phone numbers, taking their email so that you can market to them in the future, right? Most artists are doing like discounts and join my email list for no real good reason. And I don't even know what else for lead magnets, but what you could be doing is answering the questions of your future collectors before they ask them, right? And that's the real goal of creating a lead magnet, is to satisfy the questions that people have before they ask. All right. So lead magnets can be art recommendations, mock-ups, sales conversations. It can be interior design guides. We can do pricing and value education, right? This is just more artist facing. Collector starter guides. Yeah. So what we're going to do today, I went through this whole list that I put into the comment thread that's in our members space, and we're going to build a beginner's guide to collecting original art. Okay. So even if you're a photographer, you can call yourself original art. It is original. It's just editioned. But we're going to build this lead magnet together. And then at the end of this, however long this takes, however long you guys want to hang out, at the end of this, there will be a template link for what we build will be in the program. Okay. So let me share my Canva. And we're literally starting from nothing, from scratch. Right? I could have done some prep work, but I want you guys to all work with me from the beginning so that you guys know the whole thing. All right. Okay. So lead magnets, you can do them in any shape or form. If you're doing them digitally, it really can be represented on a screen. So it could be anything. I like sticking to 11 by 14 magazine style. So we're just going to create a new project, and we're going to create a magazine, 8.5 by 11. And I'm using Canva Pro. I don't know what Canva Pro costs anymore, but whatever it costs is absolutely worth the money. It's just one of the most powerful tools for creating anything that I've had the chance to use. So we're going to do this in the beginning. And I have you guys on my second screen, but there's a bunch of you in here and I can't see all your faces. So just holler if you need to or want to interject in anything. And that is totally fine.
It's $12 if you pay annually with a 30-day trial.
30 days, damn.
Well,
All right.
a year?
Yeah, if you pay by the year, it goes from
So-
15 to 12.
No, it's not 12 for the year. It's an
That's
annual
what I
fee
think.
at 12 a month. Yeah,
right,
because
that's
I'm on
right.
monthly and it's 20 a month, and it's a 14-day trial for mine, but it's a newer trial, I guess.
Okay, so 12 times 12 is 144 bucks for the
Right.
year. Okay, so what's cool about the magazine style is you can print these if you want to. So my magazine thing is done using this starting template of the 11 and a half, 11 by 8.5 magazine. And then when I want to, I can just print new copies, right? The template for my original magazine is in TASA in the resource section, confirmed now. So here we go. We're doing a beginner's guide to, I don't know, now my screens are all crowded. All right, beginner's guide to collecting art. And I like to have a cover on mine. So I'm just gonna go copy this from one of my others. So I'd like to have a cover. I think I can just select these 3 pages and paste them over here.
Are we allowed to see what you're doing?
You can't see my screen?
Well, I
Anyone-
can't. I don't know if anybody else can.
Go to the top of your Zoom window and then look at the tabs. Do you see a tab for?
Oh, yes. There you
Okay.
go. Thank you.
Very cool. All right. So personal preference, I like having tight fonts that are spacious because I feel like it just makes my work look elevated. So we'll call this a new collector's guide to buying art.
Jason, did you
Right.
just say the name of the font? Is that what you just said?
I didn't. I just said the kind of font I like. This one is Extenda. Like I said, you're going to get the template for this, so it'll all be
Yeah,
saved right
okay.
there.
All right.
Right. And I like putting like a little date thing over here when we did it. So we'll just do spring to 2026. Right. And then I'm going to just copy this and put it right here. Oh, I should. You'll definitely want to spell check your template when you get it because
Yeah.
it's me. And let's make this big. Let's make this 24. All right. Now, the one thing that I'm going to do right here is I'm going to put a picture of what's it called? Of my ideal buyer, right? Because we're talking about collectors buying art in this guide. So I want to put someone that represents them right here. And this is just me thinking. Now, I just made a nude art collection for somebody. So there's going to be some nipples in my pictures over here. And if that offends you, then close your eyes really tight. So I want a picture, not a generic picture of like my art in some space, although that does look nice. But I want this guide to look like it's for the person that I'm sending it to. Okay, so I think that it's a Tree of Fire. So I'm going to go look for my Tree of Fire folder. Uh-oh. I might have to close some files because my mouse just swam across my screen. Bear with me for a second while I look for this image. You know, I'm always so organized until I need something specific. I keep files and folders in all of my different places. So on my phone, I have an album that's just called Prints, and that has all the pictures of my work in places and all the renders and all the pictures with collectors and stuff like that. And then I have a file for each piece of art in a folder that I call prints as well. And that folder has every piece of art that's on my website separated into a folder system so that I can usually easily find something. So I was able to find this pretty easily. And there we go. This is my ideal collector unit. You guys might have heard me talk about this. My ideal buyer is in their late 30s to early 50s, single family unit. Okay. So this is the person I want to represent when someone is thinking about buying my space or buying my art. And then we have a subtitle, a subheader here, kind of like a log line. So let's put a log line in here. All right. How to choose artwork, understand pricing, and buy art you'll love living with. Okay. And just like your website, just like your about section on your social media, the job of this cover page is to tell people exactly why they're here in as soon as you can, right? And then for me, I always have like a little bio page underneath here and then a picture, right? I think this would be better like this. And then I always have this. This is a link to my TED Talk. You guys can do anything. Like if you don't have a TED Talk, you can just record a video of you talking about your art, put a screenshot here and link it, right? And all of these are linkable buttons. So this one has the link that goes to my talk, and then this has a QR code that also goes to my talk. So they can do this if they're looking at this on their screen, they can just scan this with their phone or whatnot. So this is just something that I have, but you can do this simply. Just sit down and record a video that says, "Hey, thanks for watching this," right? And then you could title this a personal thank you, right? And the whole point of it again is for people to have a chance to get to know you, right? And then this is a kind of like another byline. It says, when I search for scenes to capture, I'm looking for a way to feel isolated within the composition. There are two ways to do that: to remove the subject from distraction or to immerse the subject in so much detail that one can't help to feel alone in all the noise. That's just my aesthetic. We want to copy this over. And then this header thing is something that we can go back and fix afterward. Okay, so I have some ideas for how this should be laid out. And they go like this. Sorry, I'm just making this easier for me to navigate. All right, so this is basically the structure of this document. And we can number these if we want. Number them. Side conversation, that's cool. Okay, so all right, let's number these. I could have sworn I just saw a numbered list. There we go, numbered list. And then in Canva, you can adjust like letter spacing, and then we can adjust line height. Right, and then we can take these two things and just make it over here. Okay. And then if you wanted, you could probably put something in this space. Let's see what we can put in this space. You can do folders now of your images. I just don't have them. I don't have my stuff organized on Canva that way. I have,
I like the Canva frames. You ever mess with those? Like little film
yeah.
strip grid and stuff. I feel like that'd be good for
Oh,
the bottom.
that's not a frame, that's an element. But
Oh, for sure. I didn't actually mean the film strip bit, but I know what you mean though.
yeah, you could. I guess we could do that as well.
It's bottom, middle, second one from the bottom.
What?
Down in the selection of buttons, it says frames right above the bottom middle. Like 3D grids, frames. Oh, it's grids. That's what it was. So under elements where you were before, but just at the bottom
Mhm.
of those options. And then grids on the right, not frames, is what
I
I
don't
was
think I've
thinking.
ever noticed this thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, you could do frames or grids. Let's see what kind of grids we got.
Yeah, so I don't like how they lay it out. It's really noisy, but it's useful for like quick stuff.
Yeah, these all suck. But what you could do is you could do frames, which I don't, that must be new because I've never noticed that. Anyway, so these are drag and drop options. So that's cool that we can actually do this. Frames.
Well, what's nice is you can switch them out super easy for future stuff. I
Exactly.
don't know if it does that for normal photos, but
You
yeah,
can,
I'm
I'll
fairly
show
new to
you
all
here in a
this
second.
compared to you. So
All right, let's make these. I'm trying to do this as quick as I can, guys, for you. Okay, so what's cool about these frames is they're like empty picture frames. And when you go to your uploads over here, and then you can drop anything in there. And they fit into this format. So I'm just gonna look for pictures that I already have available.
question, if we don't have a plethora of collectors with our work, like myself, should we just be using mock-ups and pictures of us with our work and the work
Is that?
itself in the meantime?
Yes.
Got it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's either been like shitty phone shots, like one or two max, or just nobody sends me anything like a decade ago, and kind of late to circle back for
Dude, I
testimonial
have
pictures.
collectors that have spent several stacks on my work, and I text them and say, "Hey, can you send me a picture?" And they're like, "Sure," and then they never do. So
Right. You got to keep
it's a
asking
struggle.
because they just don't do it routinely.
Yeah.
Yeah, true that.
Okay, so now we have 4 sections. We have several pictures of the art as examples, and then we can go from there. Now, with this document, you have a few options. You can send this as a PDF, which is, I think, the most useful for the actual collector, or you can send this as a link, and then it opens up as a link in as a web page. And if you do that, you can add videos and you can add GIFs and stuff like that that will play inside of the doc. So it's up to you how you want to deliver it. I don't think that people can download the PDF if you send them the link. And so that's a bit of a struggle.
Well, that's what
With
I mentioned
software.
about Canva Forms. I haven't tried it myself, but you could maybe tie it to a Canva form, and then that's the results page, and then you'd still collect. You'd know who downloaded it or whatever. So
Well, okay, you will go over delivery here in the last bit, but you should be getting their info before they get this document anyway. Tonyo, I use Smartist, Smartist for my mockups now. I used to do them all manually, but now I don't, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Okay, so let's get into section 1, and just to like show you guys how I'm doing this at the moment, let me just share my whole screen. It's tough. All right, and then let me close some apps because my computer's starting to go slow. Please don't crash. All right. This, this. I'm using that, using that, using that. Okay. Hopefully that makes things run a little bit better. Okay. And then if I bring chat over here, like we still need to think for ourselves, but we don't have to do all the thinking for ourselves. So let's just do this a little bit together. So I had this whole discussion with chat, and then this is how I ended up right here. So now we're at this point, right? We could just literally name the pages or the sections. What is this? What we want to talk about? All right. So now we're on the next section, and let's just see what this thing says for us, and then we'll go from there. Oops. All right. Share. What's this app? All right, and I'm just doing this so it's easier for you guys to see. So section 1 is why people buy art. Right? I think I made a joke earlier that Claude could probably just make this whole presentation for us, as opposed to ChatGPT. Right. Let's do the text for why people buy art. And then all I'm going to do for this next section, since it's going to be why people buy art, is I'm just going to change this title to why art. Okay. And this is almost just like filler text, and it's just going to be an opportunity for you to share more of your work, right?
Jason, are you going to go over today how we do that? Like, in other words, how we use this once we know how to prepare it, how we get it out to those people as a lead magnet?
Depends on my mood, to be honest. This is already going to run pretty long, so we'll see how many of you are left at the end of the hour.
All right, I just thought that would be pretty important. No, once
It
we've been able
is,
to do.
but there's also a whole module on creating lead magnets inside of TASA,
Okay,
right? So
Yep.
that whole part is already been made for you guys as well.
okay, all right.
All right, so here we go. So we're on glacial indifference, which is one of my favorite texts. A regular and bold. So let's. And this can be multiple pages. But what I would do with this first section is use it to fill up the first page or two with social proof. So let me just take this and we'll add a new page and we'll put it over here. And then 1, 2, 3. And then back to this one. Okay. All right, so then I want to add some text, some visuals to it. So we can do the same thing. Let's go back to the elements. This is super nifty now that these frames are here.
Yeah, check out templates some other time too. There's some cool layouts that kind of kickstart, but really like the frames. Those are fun.
Yeah, I kind of just get stuck doing things one way and then I don't look enough.
Oh, true that. I get stuck blank page. Like I can't do what you're doing right now. I would get really stuck. So
All right, I just used arrow keys to move that. And then here we have another opportunity to add an image. So let's do something a little bit bigger. All right, so why people buy art. People don't buy art because they need art. Oh yeah, this is all italicized. They buy art because it makes them feel, because of how it makes them feel when they live with it. A good piece of art changes a room, not just how good it looks, but how it feels to be in it. And not just in the moment, but for years and years to come. All right. I think that's important to note. It can make you feel these things. Great. Powerful. Yada yada. All right. So let's add a picture here. A picture that kind of emphasizes about feelings. Calm, powerful, peaceful, thoughtful, grounded, and square. Right. So I'm just scrolling, looking for something that does that.
Jason, did you have to upload all these images on the left, or is there like
I
a
did.
quicker way to sync
I
by
did.
each one by itself?
You can grab a bunch and drag them in
Multiple,
and
okay.
enter to upload. Yeah. I've been using Canva for a while, so there's
Right,
a
it
ton
adds
of
up.
stuff in here. Yeah. And now they have video and folders. So, one
yeah, I've been
day,
trying to cluster mine into folders as I go because same boat. I get like 100 and then I'm like, oh crap.
I don't even know how many I have or what the limit is. All right, I'm looking for a vertical image. So like right now I'm looking for a vertical image and I'm just like, at the moment, I'm almost like, screw it. I'll just go get a vertical image. So then I have like doubles and triples in here. All right. So another cool thing that you can do, not that I'm getting too distracted, but you can make a lot of like design choices. So, so you can duplicate this and let's just say we make this full screen. We'll add some bleed, drop it down, and then you can using the bracket buttons, or you can change the position to the back and then
Yeah.
change the transparency. And now you have a pretty page. Change the position.
Nice.
All right. And maybe we could, first of all, we can make it bold so it stands out a little better. Or better yet, I don't feel like searching for this image, so let me just go to Survivor and hope it's here. And it's not, but I know where it is. Because one of the things we really, really want to reinforce as often as we can is that people have purchased artwork and that just helps your potential collector visualize themselves with the work. So I have this picture of, what's her name? The Hamburgs. I think it's Michelle. I'll give it like 3 seconds of looking, and then I will give up for the sake of moving forward. I'm a little bit peeved because I think I'm getting ghosted for a $20,000 sale, and I'm irritated.
That would do it.
That fucking does it.
What are the first clues that tipped you off? I mean, I'm sure you,
My unread text messages.
yeah, bingo card, right?
This is a cool option, but not the option I was looking for. And I talk about stories all the time. Like, you have to be able to tell stories. And so this woman I'm trying to find um, is a cancer survivor. Here she is. And when she saw the piece, and she loves pink purple, so when she saw the piece and heard the story about how the tree has been like, just kind of surviving all this time and all that, it really resonated with her. And um, and it became this piece that she absolutely loved. So um, and that's a story that you can share with people. So we just put a little note about um, social proof, right? And I want to delete this kind of, but let's just do it like that. All right, so why buy art at all? Because these other people purchased art, all right? And then I honestly didn't even read this that much, guys. You can customize this. I'll spend a little more time on the important part. But okay, so this next section is originals versus prints, and it could probably just be a one pager, but
What do we use for this one?
you mean you as photographers?
Yeah,
Um, you could use
additions.
one of ones versus additions,
Yeah, okay.
or you could use a page. Fine, we'll do 2 pages. And then if you're using this, and then you could use either one of these pages. All right, so originals versus prints. So all I'm doing is I'm going to my chat and I'm saying, let's do originals versus prints. Um, uh, mm, all right, let's do original versus prints. This section should speak to the value and effort and time creating I don't know, that is intrinsic in the original piece and justifies I don't like this, but and justifies its value above the prints but it should also balance the availability and access of prints, as well as the limited nature of the edition runs. Let's see what it puts out. Hey, welcome everyone who just joined us.
Hey Jason, quick bit. In your school, it still shows as 15 minutes from now as the official.
I changed
I didn't know if you
it.
knew.
I changed
Cool,
it
cool,
right
cool.
before we got in here because it said it said I was in some other time zone, like Pacific something. So I picked the wrong thing.
Got it.
But I just changed it. So if you refresh it, it should fix.
I
All right,
dropped a
so
few
original,
templates in the chat for later. Just some of the layouts that I thought were cool.
I hate the templates. Just FYI, like I will look at a template, I'll take one page, and then I'll use that one page to create everything else.
Well, yeah, that's all I meant. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. Originals versus prints. Holy shit, this is taking longer than I thought it would. So when you start to look at it, when you start to look at art, one of the first things you'll notice is that there can be a large price difference between original pieces and a print of the same image. The difference exists for a simple reason. Originals are rare, prints are accessible, both have value just in different ways. Original artwork is one of the only versions of a piece. The artwork itself is blah, blah, blah. And then here's a whole thing about limited editions. And here we go. So let's do this. Let's do copy this, post it here. All this originals versus prints. And then we'll take the rest of this text. And paste it here. And this is one of the places where I feel like InDesign is better than InDesign is better than Canva. Oh, you jerk. Because I don't know how to link text boxes like in an article. Probably just me. Like in InDesign, you could in InDesign you could start typing here and it fills out the rest of the columns. But maybe I'm texting too big. This is in a print, a document, so it should be fine at like 12-point text. Okay, so we have original artwork on this side, and then duplicate this over here, make another column, and since that's the title, I'm just going to line it up with the first text, and then I'm going to go to the limited edition print size. I'm pretty confident in all this writing because I've already written it all or talked about it in some sense. So I'm pretty sure it's just regurgitating what I've said in the past. Okay.
Jason, I'm looking at your template. It's really beautiful. I'm just wondering, do you get feedback from people? Do they read all this? And does it end up in sales like routinely? You see a connection?
I use that template. I
Beautiful.
use that template for art shows. So I
Uh-huh.
print it and have it at art shows and people love it.
Okay.
People are happy to have it.
Uh-huh. It's beautiful, man. I'm looking through it now.
I don't even want to talk about open edition prints. So I'm just going to delete this section.
How do you print these when you want to do physically?
You just go to
Like just
share
FedEx or?
and then print with Canva.
I know, but I mean, how physically? Do you go to like a FedEx place or do you go
I just go
somewhere
to
small
share and then I hit print with Canva and Canva does all the printing.
and mails it to you, mean?
Yeah, they print it and mail it.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Huh. Okay. And the
Um,
quality, you're happy with the quality? That's the biggest question.
yeah.
Okay.
Um, and then I gave my last one away or I would show it to you, but there's other lives that we've had where I've shown the physical piece to you guys.
Uh-huh.
It came out really good. It's going to come out a half a stop dork, right?
Yeah.
So some of my pieces that I like, if you're looking at JMFA, um, some of the pieces that are like darker, I've have I just had to make them brighter. Like these black and whites, I just had to make them brighter, the digital here, so that when it printed,
So do
it
you do like
looks
one at
better.
a time to see that? Like, is that how you test it?
I had them printed and sent to me, and I noticed that. So that is
Right.
so I'm just telling
Oh,
you.
okay.
So if you have a
Okay.
dark
So
piece,
no,
just make it brighter.
right. Got it.
Okay, so originals versus prints. That was the next one. And then how to choose off of your home. I have had a bunch of discussions so with Chad about this. So let's see if it knows. Let's do the next section. One thing about this is that the whole original versus prints, I'm not flooding this with pictures. I think I could put an image right here. Let's but you kind of have to have an aesthetic appeal, like which where am I going to add more pictures and where am I going to like kind of restrain myself from flooding the thing with images. But I believe I have a picture in here um, with just a paper print. I might, or
Yeah, don't
I
you
actually
find that,
prints.
negative white space is very powerful. So sometimes you can just leave that and let it do the work for you.
Sometimes you can. Let's just see. Um, I also just want this image into my Canva database. I know I uploaded it into Squarespace, so that means it's either in my downloads or I made it and then I screenshot it. So it would be in my screenshots. That's not my screenshots. Um, okay, never mind. I'll leave that. We'll stick to the white space. I disliked having this header up here anyway. So that looks a little bit better. All right. The next section is how to choose art for your home. So we'll see how we're going to do this, but we'll change this into how
Jason, you did do a cut, so you don't have a copy of that from page
Oh.
8 if you wanted it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just figured I'd mention I've done InDesign stuff and done like 1,000 steps and then completely undid something else. So.
Okay, let's see what this says. One of the most common things I hear from people is, I don't know how to choose art. The truth is, choosing art is much more personal. And when you think the best way to choose for a piece of art is how you feel, buy what you feel, not what matches. Bigger is usually better. Give art the space to breathe. If you keep thinking about it, there's a reason. Okay, this is a fairly long, this might be a 2-pager. Okay. All right, let's do this. And then let's do this. And then let the rest of that out. Um, let's make this a little bigger. And then we'll add another page, and we'll leave that header, and we'll just paste the rest of this in here. And since we didn't add art to the last page, I think we should add art to this page. But one thing I want to check, just personally, when you hit print for Canva, it shows you how it comes up. So this is a 2-page article. Wait, no, this is a, so it goes even, odd. Is that the way books work? Oh yeah, it is. So it goes even, odd. And I think that this, if we want this to be a 2-pager, then there needs to be a page in here. So we can add a page and just move it back here. That means that for page 8, 9, see it over here on the right, this is blank. So we should add a piece of something in here. So we go to elements and frame, just make it a full pager. And we could add anything you want in here. Since it's an original, we have originals versus prints, we might even add like 2 for those of you that have originals and prints. You could put a picture right here, one of the print, one of the original on this page. All right, so how to choose art for your home. Boom. I think what I would like to do is put a well, I want to do 2 things. This is a great place to put in a higher intent lead magnet, to be honest.
What do you mean by that?
You'll see. Appreciate the questions though.
Higher intent. Higher intent Lead magnet. Okay.
So
Something more specific,
so we got their info here.
right?
So then let's do the art quiz. Like for me, I have the art quiz. Like you don't know what to
Okay.
choose, pick the art quiz. Take
Right.
the art quiz. So mm, mm. I have like downloads, prints, Ice Cave with a View unboxing. Number 1. Ice Cave with a View unboxing. And then we can do an element, like just the box. Oh, not a box, a square. Okay. Change this color to this pink right here. And then add some text. Right here. All right. And then if I go to my website, I'll just take the computer's going slow again. Slash this. Right. And then we'll make this 12. And we will justify the text. And then we can just put a title up here. Want help finding the perfect piece. Okay. And there's just like a little call out. Right. And then you can link this or www.jasonmatias.com/quiz. Enter. Hold. Okay. So now you just created like a interstitial advertisement inside of this, right? And you could link this, or you could put a QR code or something right here. Right. So QR code monkey, I guess, is when you can create QR codes right inside of Canva. It's already included. You don't have to pay anything else.
Okay.
And yeah, and it's free. Like you just go down to apps, I think, and then oh, there it is. QR codes right there, or this other QR code, and you can put it right into here without ever leaving Canva.
And where is it directing them to?
In this case, So in the example that I have here, it would just direct them to my art quiz.
The quiz,
Yeah.
okay. But then for the other one, your main one, not to your website though, right?
The quiz is on my
No,
website.
I don't mean that. I mean the main goal of this, like to get them, if you would put it elsewhere, you mentioned this is like a secondary,
So
significant or,
they already have, in order for them to have found this page, they already have this lead magnet,
okay,
right?
right,
So
yeah,
this would be asking them to take a second action if they
right,
want to, right?
okay,
Again, like this maybe could be more personal, like, hey, this is what I do to help artists or to help collectors,
uh-huh,
etc. But this section was how to choose art for your home, right?
yep,
How to pick a piece. Right. And then so here's a thing we do to help people pick art. What did we say was the next section? How to choose art. What size art should people buy? All right.
big,
Well, no, there's an
bigger,
actual like figure, but
oh, okay,
let's do this. Um, like uh, I I sold that 9 foot piece of art um, the other last month or whatever, December, and I actually talked that guy out of getting a bigger piece because it just wasn't right for his wall. And I didn't actually have these numbers, but according to chat, there is a section on buying on sizes. Mhm. I mean, this is all made up, but basically, this is the figure that it makes sense to me. If you want a feature piece of work, it should be about 50 to 75% of the wall size. If you want a statement piece, if you create statement pieces, if you don't create statement pieces, like if you don't create center pieces for people's rooms, then this might not apply to you. But I think that this is a good section to have anyway. So what I want to do is I want to make this section really light in terms of like text. I don't want it to be dense. So I'm just gonna do this. This way I can show you this anyway. All right, now these two things are different colors. You can't really tell in this case, but I just screenshot this and it has a white background. So you can do background remover and it'll remove the background from the text so that if you did add like an image to this, it would show clear all the way through. So let's go for this. All right, let's do the art sizing guide. I want it to be not heavy on text, just a short explanation. Like for me, since I sell statement pieces, it should focus on sizing for artworks that make a statement in the room. And then this is where you can also start thinking about like your interactions with people. One of the most frequent questions I get, QUENT, is that is about sizing over different headboard sizes or and typical couch sizes. One of the major objections I hear often is that people don't think they have wall space. This is because they don't understand the dimensions of their home, usually. All right, my headphones are gonna die. All right. One of the biggest reasons people think they don't have space for art is because it's not because they don't have space, it's because people are used to seeing art that is too small for the wall. If you want a piece, if you want to feel like a statement piece, if you want a piece to feel like a statement piece, size matters. A good rule is this: art over headboard. All right, let's see how much text this is. All right, let's do justified text. This is not a lot of text, so let's bring it in. A nice little block. Make this bigger. I don't know why these are all italicized. How big should art be? A statement art should be about 60 centimeters of the width of the furniture below it. I like that. It supports my desire to sell bigger art. And then here we got wall width and edition size. And then I saw that there was another one over a headboard. Let's put a picture here. Elements, frame. Elements, oh, because this is still square. Frames, basic shape. And then we'll add another page and we'll add and since I don't really want to recreate this chart, let's just do that. And I don't want to recreate this chart. So let's just do that. You could recreate the chart. I don't have the patience for it at the moment. And this will be a facing page, so we can just do it like so. The only problem with this, honestly, is that these fonts don't match the same font that I'm using for the rest of the text, but it's actually really close, so I'm not stressing about it. But we got a size.
It's not the only problem. If you're a low vision purchaser, then you won't be able to use a screen reader to decide what art to buy. But
Oh, because
it's
it's
a
a
good
graphic?
quick win.
If they're a low
What's it?
vision purchaser, then I'm probably not going to buy a piece of art anyway. But
Ooh,
I
good
feel
challenge.
you.
I'm gonna sell $1 million to low vision users next year and prove you wrong.
Maybe. I mean, they probably won't be buying photography. I don't know. You're
They
right.
make
That's the wrong
textural
statement.
prints. That's something I've wanted to do with Canon. They do
Yeah, but
high tactility or whatever. So
but people's oils would be going on the art. So like if you do like different kind of art, like what's that called? You know, like Rothko or something. You don't need to be high vision to see that and appreciate it. So um, anyway, with 13 pages into this document already, and it's if you were doing this without me talking, it would be you'd be done already, right? So elements, uploads. This one talks about statement. So I'm going to put this big ass piece right here. Right. And then what else did chat have to say? Final thought. Most people regret buying art that's too small. This is true. Um, very few people regret buying art that's too large. I don't know if that's true. If you want a piece to feel like a focal point, something that defines the room, go bigger than you think you should. When in doubt, I'm happy to help people choose the right size for this piece. Okay. Where would I put that? I think this is what I would do.
Oh, that's interesting. I just noticed on the right there, it says at least 24 pages are required in order to make
For
prints.
printing, yeah.
Huh. I didn't see that before.
Is that right? 24 pages.
To print a book, yeah. But this is a lead magnet. You guys don't want to print this. You just want to give people a PDF, right? If you print it, it's going to cost you money. The whole point of this is not to spend money to get people's, because the only thing you're getting for this is people's information, which you could talk like um, what you could call it a loss leader, right? So if I print a stack of my magazine and bring it to a show and start giving those out, that's a loss leader. One of those turned into a sale, then it was worth it, right? But for the most part, this is just a uh, damn you, I locked it. Um, this is just a free thing you hand out. So what I would do, now that they have the sections over, is one of the points of your lead magnet is to get people to buy something and talk to you. So, this last part about this final thought is important, but I don't want to use it all. I like this part, and I like this part. So let's just we use it. Never mind, we already use it. All right. And when in doubt, I'm always happy to help you choose the right piece of art. All I need is a photo of your wall. Email it to jason@jasonmatthias.com, or faster, text me at 808.321.8643. All right. And what I would also do here is I would do another, what is that called? Square, or add a rectangle shape. And we'll just do this. All right, we'll move it to the back. All right,
Hey
first
Jason, I've
let's,
got to bounce, but I wanted to mention for your phone number, you know how like for emails you can do mail to and then have your
yeah,
email? I just looked it up. The equivalent for SMS is SMS colon and then your number, like a command K for a hyperlink, and then it would literally open a text message. So anyway,
let's see if we can do that.
yeah, I haven't actually done that myself. I just gave it a Google and it was like, yeah, that's really easy. So
Um, okay, so let me position this to the back. I don't know why it wasn't doing it for me when I was using the hotkeys, but let's do, we can link this. Um, Mailed. So yeah, it automatically did the mail to display as a link. Done. And then we can try this. Command C, Command K, Command V. It doesn't have that in.
Oh, weird. Try adding SMS colon to the beginning, see if it lets you do it anyway. Now, if you click preview, it should be clickable. Or up where it says Ask Canva, you should be able to click the blue text. Huh.
Nope.
Yeah, thanks for giving it a shot. I haven't tried it with numbers, but cool, man. I gotta bounce. This was great. I'll be sure to watch the rest when it's posted.
Yeah,
Thanks.
whenever I'm done with this, it'll be available in the replay vaults along with the link to this. Position, animate. Oh, we'll see you later. Corners, corner rounding. There we go. Okay. All right, and then, all right, what's the next section? I'm gonna miss. If you have an Adobe subscription, you can also use eBooks and Adobe Express. I personally haven't used a tool that's easier to use than Canva, but I believe you. I have Camera Raw, not Camera Raw. I have the entire Adobe suite.
Me too. I was just playing in Express. They have, yeah, they have templates and stuff. I haven't worked in Canva and I haven't tried it in Express, but I don't want to pay for a subscription if I can get out of it. But I
Yeah.
thought I'd give it a shot and see what it looked like.
Okay.
Hey, Jason, I'm looking for what you mentioned earlier about how to use this, and then I'm looking under resources. I see lead tracker tool. Is that the section? Because that's just about tracking your lead. I'm looking for something that you mentioned about how to use this as a lead magnet once you've completed it.
Yeah, so if you go to the marketing section, there's a lead magnet module.
Marketing. Okay, marketing. Okay.
But basically, you're going to create a landing page with an email sign up,
Right.
and that's it. And then on the back end of the landing page and email sign up, you're going to have an email sequence to send to people who have downloaded this, and probably should have a text message strategy as well, which is also inside of that.
Okay.
All right, so the next section is what size, how buying works, and then commissioning art, and then how I can help you choose a piece. So, my shoulder. How buying works. This should be pretty much the same for all of us, but let's do it. So this part you'll probably want to just okay. So text. Removing fear. Yeah. Oh, this is nicer than I would have been. All right. How buying works. If you've never purchased a piece of original art before, the process can feel a little mysterious, but in reality, it's much simpler than most people think. Here's what the process usually looks like. You see a piece you like, you ask questions, mock-ups and visualization, payment, delivery. A good artist wants to help you choose the piece, so you're not bothering us. Um, okay, what would I change about this? Um, See you later, Tonio. And then you see a piece you like, most people find a piece online. It's like I voted myself when I wasn't annoyed. My artist, myself included, can show you what a piece looks like, mockups and visualization, payment options. Oh, you know what? Elements, frames. Let's build it around this. All right, I want that. Okay, and then let's do this. How buying art works. Okay. It seems small, but I know it's not. Okay. All right. And then we'll take these two and we'll put it over here. Or maybe not. Well, because I want to do the mock-up and visualization section. That's what I put these two here for. Because I know I have pictures of um, co-allow doc. And then I believe I have a picture, but do I want to look for it? Or do I just want to make a new one? So let me open up Smartest. And while that's doing that, we'll get mockups and visualizations. Okay. I don't know why these always come through italicized. And then, okay, so the reason I opened up that other program, this, by the way, is, I think he left, but this is the one that I use, interiors. I have some saved ones that I like. And I do have this picture, but Shift Command F4, screenshot. Can I do the remove tool in this? I cannot, but just for shits and giggles, we'll just leave it. I know I have a photo with that icon removed, but So what I'm doing is I just want to illustrate, before a piece of art, after a piece of art. Quick scan for that image. Oh, it's right here. It's conveniently called empty room. There we go. Mockups and visualizations. I want people to see this, so I'm just going to make this bigger. Because these are the mockup is what sells the most stuff. It's super important. I want people to understand that they can get it. I wonder how this would look. Like so. It's kind of better. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and then add another page. Payment, delivery. We're almost done, guys. Let's make these. Since I did that, I should probably do that here. Which I think just fucked everything up. Oh, no, fits perfectly. Okay, collectors purchase artwork in 2 different ways: pay in full, credit card, bank to bank, which is how this guy was supposed to make a purchase. Credit card, bank to bank, check, cash, right? And then payment plans over time, affirm slash Klarna slash afterpay, commissioning a piece, usually 50% down and 50% prior to shipping. Right? Artists considered a purchase, and like many artists understand that they try to make the process comfortable. Delivery. Once purchased, the artwork is carefully packaged and shipped to you. Larger pieces often are professionally created. The goal is for the piece to arrive ready to hang, to live with. A good artist. A good artist. Just looking for who is not muted. All right. A good artist wants to help you choose the right piece. You're not bothering an artist by asking questions. I think this is important to highlight. Right? You're not expected to be the expert, comma, we are. And you don't need to be an art person to buy original art. Highlight this a little bit too. Right? Most artists generally want their work to end up in the right home as someone who really appreciates it. So if you see a piece, you're not sure if it's the right size, right fit, just ask. That conversation is where the most purchases begin. Right? I like that. something that instills a little more confidence would be cool right here. Kind of like this, but um, but with collectors, with people buying yards. So, not that one. That one. Let's see if this one fits. It's not perfect. Again, so you want to call out your collector. When possible, where possible. So if I open up my photos, we already used this one. We need a vertical image. Oh, there's one that I really like. Come on. There's no reason for this to be going so slow. Screenshots, downloads, prints, Eternity Beach. And it's not there. Great. This is something I've been working on because it's so much easier to search those files than it is to search this like pile of images. So we got that guy. That picture's horizontal, so it's no good. This is a good one. I was talking to someone about earlier today, like your existing collectors being your best collectors. This is their third piece that they purchased over time. So super important that we stay in touch with our people. All right, there's one more in here. Oh, this is a good one, but I want to use one with, I'll come back to that one. Eternity. Oh, this is a good one. But again, I want to use specific. And maybe this is my toxic trait, but once it's in my head, this is what I'm going to do. This is another good one, but I already used the black and white. This one, not the right format. It's this piece hung up in their home is the one I'm thinking of. And I wonder if I can just do a search for a piano. Nope. I did a search for kids and it shows these people, but they're definitely not kids. They're just little. All right, I'm gonna give up on this and oh, I found it. All right, again, target market. These are my people. One of the things I hear a lot is that people want to invest in their kids, so they don't want to invest in art. But investing in your kids is investing in art, or art is investing in your kids. Whew. All right, one more section. And the last section is how I can help you choose art. Right, and this is going to be another call out to the art quiz, another call to action to write to me or ask me a question or request a mock-up. What are the best parts of being an artist is helping people find a piece of art. Over the years, many collectors that I work with that said the similar thing. I love your work, but I don't know what size to get or which piece to put them at home. This is a very normal place to be. Here's what I usually like. Most people send me a photo of their space. Um, if you'd like, email me, text me. Let's do this, but let's make it easier. All right, so this is a heading. And then this is not, should not be centered. Let's make it feel like an article. All right, this is a facing page. So, all right, my email, jason@jasonmatthias.com. My website is jasonmatthias.com. And then you don't need my Instagram. All right. Well, I should put my phone number. Phone 808.321.8643. All right. I want to highlight this. And I will also put a rectangle behind it. Let's round those corners. Let's do this. Let's make it a little brighter. And then we can just move it to the back. Okay. The annoying thing about moving things to the back is it becomes hard to manipulate them once they're back there. All right, so this will be a facing page. So it'll be 15, 16. So it'll be 16 and 17. So from that we can talk about. Here's what this usually looks like. And if you'd like help. All right, so can you also write a blurb about my art quiz? Frame. I might just screenshot my art quiz, but we'll see. Upload. I don't feel like searching for this image, so I am going to just grab it from here. Let's use another one. What's my new piece called? Quiet of its own keeping. Okay. And then, since you guys are still here and we're about wrapped, you can toss some questions in the comments, and we can just start, and I can get to those as we get there. Main version collectibles. Not sure where to start. Take the art style quiz. Choosing art can be overwhelming. There are so many style sizes and blah blah blah. At the end of the quiz, you'll be able to do it. Most people know they want their home to feel, but they don't always know how to translate that into their work. This short quiz helps. I like this one better. And then I think that this can be a little bit bigger, less italic. Right. And then put the link in. So www.jasonmatias.com/quiz. So this is going to be sent as a PDF. So all of these links will be clickable. So we'll just Command K, Command V, HTTPS:// that's required. And then we can make it blue. And then we can come over here to apps, and we can also do generate a QR code, open, enter content, JM/QUIZ. You can change like the template of the QR code. You can choose a logo for the QR code. I have a folder that has my logo in it. So we can add my signature, and then it goes right there in the middle. It's nice and big. Add data to design, enable custom colors. I'm fine with that color. And then add data to design. I don't know what that is. QR code updated to my media library. So then I go back to my media library, I believe, and there's my QR code. And then we test it. Photo. And it worked. And that's it. So I should proofread this for myself a little bit. I should add, different images or whatever. What was I going to put here? Originals versus prints, limited editions, original artwork. I should update this to have something that's more like what's it called? That's more photography related, but for now the template is this, and we're done with no questions. Oh, sorry, I missed the start of the session. How and when do you give a hard copy out? I do hard copies at shows. So I wouldn't use this particular one as a hard copy. I'd use, like, if I'm having a show with my landscape work, then I would do, I would do my JMFA book. Or if I had a show specifically for a certain body of work, then that's what I would do. So this one is 60 pages. It cost me $24 to produce per piece. So if I did print with Canva, yes, $24 right here to produce per one. So if I do 5 magazines, it's $16 each. Like, it's an absolute steal. Blurb would charged so much more, and it would have been such a pain in the ass to make. Um, 6 magazines, $100 after tax and shipping, or free delivery, which is nice. They must be having a sale right now. Um, I do need some more copies. Um, if you have an Adobe subscription, you can also make ebooks in Adobe Express. Yeah, I mean, this will be an ebook. So if you do share and then you have a template link, is one way you can share, or that's the template link. You can do preview links, and these links you copy, and if you send it to someone, like if I drop it in here with you guys, you can all look at it. So, and then you can track how many visitors, but this is definitely not as accurate as it could be. Um, so you can share links as if it were, like a digital ebook, or you can just export this you can download it as a PDF, a standard PDF. Um, is this the yeah, the quiz magnet lead funnel. Quiz lead magnet funnel. That's correct, Barry. Um, yeah, no questions. Okay, I need a nap. Um, but this is pretty much done. 2 hours. Uh, so if you kind of want to preview what it would look like, we can go over here. Not that I'm printing it, but this would be, I mean, this costs $16 a piece. If you print 8 of them, you could probably sell them for $30. So if you did go take these to a show, they could be a quick little money grab. And then here's what the pages look like. Page 6, 7, page 8, 9. And it's not letting us see the rest of them, probably because it has to buffer. But it was super easy. Is there a link for this new doc? Yeah, I'll put it in the replay, or whatever. I'll give it to you guys right now. But where is it? Share, template link, create a template link, copy. So you guys can save this, but if you lose it, it'll be in the replay, vault. I'll probably add this to the marketing 101 as well, or to the marketing section, just so it's easier to find. My shoulder. And this is what it's like to spend 2 hours with me. Do you guys still like me? So the next step in this, which I guess maybe we can do next week, is to create a funnel to get this to people. So that means you create a landing page to get people's info, and then on the other side of that landing page, like once they give you your info, you create a thank you page, which will have the link to download it, and then you also create an email sequence to deliver this piece, and then to follow up with the people who sign it, who subscribe it, or get it from you. So for me, that'll look like maybe 3 emails, where it's like, the first one is the thank you and the delivery of the item, of the lead magnet. The second one will be like a, hey, did you get this? And then the third one will be, so those are both happening in the same day. So the first one will come immediately. The second email will go in 6 hours. The third email, which would be like really the first email the following day, will be like, asking for feedback, like, hey, what did you find? Did you find what you were looking for? Did it answer any questions? And then the next day, I would send another email, which would be like, hey, this is one of the parts that people have the most interest in, maybe the sizing for people's walls. And then the 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth email, which would be on the third day, will be some other like BS, like, hey, do you want help? Did you see the art quiz? Um, Send me a picture of your wall. Let's start this conversation. And then I would probably wait 1 or 2 days, and then I would just put them into my general onboarding sequence, which is my 7 or 8 email. I think it's like 10 emails sequence that's just like introduction to me, introduction to this, nurture, nurture, and also include some of my best emails. Um, yeah, Canva has their own customer service. If you don't like their print production, you can just write them. Um, but like I said, just make your dark pictures brighter and they will be fine. And that's it. It's so easy. There's nothing that you can really mess up. So, what I can do, like, and if you have ManyChat or if you have like high level like I use, or even I think even if you have some of the other advanced CRMs, um, not Kit, but there's a few others. But you can set up trigger words. So when you're talking about this on your social media, or you can run an ad to it, and you can say like, "Hey, comment design guide below," and then it'll automatically create a messaging between you and that person that will deliver the link to download your piece. Or you could just do it manually for now if you don't want to pay for anything. But sure, next week we'll do part 2 of this workshop. Cool. All right. I'm going to break for now, and I'll get this thing uploaded tonight. Cheers.